Hi friends, thanks for joining me today on Hey It's Dwayne. Today we are going to be making Frozen Butterbeer. Yes, Frozen Butterbeer. The delicious drink that you can only get at Universal Studios at the Harry Potter worlds within there. Today I'm not able to make it to the parks, but really have that craving. So I am going to make some and I'm going to make that here with you. So that way you at home can also make it. So whenever you're not able to make it to the parks, you can also have that frozen, deliciously refreshing treat for yourself. So let's go ahead, dive in and make it real quick. With these 6 ingredients plus some ice. All right, so we are going to start with the whipped topping. And actually, before we start that, we are going to set up our ice slurry. So for the ice slurry, what we are going to do is fill up a gallon size freezer bag with ice, and we are going to pour in about a tablespoon or so of rock salt. So that way it can start doing its thing over here while we are preparing the rest of it. For our whipped topping, what we are going to do, this will make quite a bit, but not sure how much you're going to be serving. That'll help really to determine, so you can add more or less of products as needed. So we're gonna start with the heavy cream. Going to add, so I'm gonna make a little bit more than needed for this one. I could probably do with just a half cup, but I'm gonna go for a cup. Make a little extra. And what I'm gonna do is actually just go just shy of a cup, because I am going to fold in the last bit there. Once I am done, I am going to add a little bit of other flavorings, but let's start beating this a little bit first, get it going. So I'm gonna start on low, so it doesn't splash everywhere. Slowly building myself up. Now, if you had it in the park, you know it's a little bit smoother, creamier than a standard whipped cream. So we are looking for more of a liquid. Normally, if you're making whipped cream, you would add a little bit of powdered sugar to help with the consistency and everything, but we are going to beat this a little bit more, get it on that creamy side there. But since we started to beat it now, what we're gonna do is add about a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're also going to add in some butterscotch topping. Now this here is a homemade butterscotch that I made. I will make sure that I drop the link for that one into the video as well, or at least at the end of the video or in the description somewhere. I will put the link on how to make it. Or you can use regular sauce as well. But this is only gonna be a little bit with a little bit of the caramel topping as well. So I am going to use just a teaspoon. And then for the caramel, however you like to pronounce it, I am going to use a tablespoon of that. And then we are going to continue to mix it. All right, we see the peaks forming there, which means we do have whipped cream now. You can see that it is of that whipped cream consistency, which again will come out to be just a little too thick for what we're trying to achieve. What we're gonna do is take a little more of our heavy cream, pour just a bit of it in there, and just fold that in. A little less whipped, a little more creamy. Perfect. That is a much better consistency. Could go a little bit more liquidy, but I'm not gonna complain. This should be good. Now we're gonna put that to the side and move on to our next step. For our next step, what we're gonna do is this is going to be for a single serving or a double serving, depending on your size, but this will be 2 cups of our cream soda. We are going to pour that into a quart-sized bag here. My Butterbeer cup that I have holds 2 cups, so that is why I am doing 2 cups for this recipe. So we are going to pour that into this bag, and then we are going to add our butterscotch. So now when I made mine, it did come out a little bit saltier than I was anticipating, but that actually adds to this somehow. I don't know how. But I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of this butterscotch topping and about a teaspoon of my caramel. So once we have those 3 ingredients within the bag, we are going to get as much air out of there as we can. And we are going to combine the ingredients. Mix it up some. And you'll notice the air comes right back into the bag from the carbonation moving around as I'm mixing it, which is kind of what we want. Will help with the slush process here. Look at that, looking all nice and creamy already. So make sure it's all nice and blended in there. And then what we are going to do, I put my ice in another bowl just because it can get really cold just holding it. But we are going to take our soda mixture, or pop mixture, whatever you call it, and put it into the gallon-sized bag here. Now, I've noticed to kind of help things going, that's why we start the slurry a little earlier, let this ice start melting with the ice. Let the ice start melting with the ice. Let the ice start melting with the ice cream salt that I put in there. And we just want to work this bag down around this other salt. If you want, you can add a little bit of water to help the process going. All right, so just added a half cup of water there. And we're gonna seal this bag up. So folks who have made ice cream before, you kind of know this process because the ice cream salt lowers the temperature, the freezing point of the water. So it's more of a liquid form, but still being ice cold. And that takes the heat from the soda and disperses it back out through the water and helps to form more even crystals as we're going. And so we are going to just massage this bag, which again, does get really cold on the fingers, but we are going to massage this bag for about 4 to 5 minutes to help get to the slush point. And I am actually going to put on my baking mitts to help with this, because we do want to keep that constant agitation going. It's probably much easier if I had a slushy machine. All right, let's see where we are. Oh, I can see see some slush consistency in there. See some frozen crystals on the edge there as well. Feels more liquidy than I would like it to be, but it's been time, so let me crack this open and see if it actually... So you can see the slush, not quite where I want it to be yet. Let me do this. It does, however, taste like it's supposed to. So I am going to cheat. And I am going to put this mixture in the freezer for 15 minutes and then come back to it. It's giving me a much more of a slush consistency that I was looking for. Yes. Look at that. Much more slushy. So now I will keep it in there and we will prepare our cup. Now I did add ice water to my cup to keep it nice and cold prior to serving. Let's go ahead and squeeze that right out into there. All right. Oh, making a mess. But as you can see, it is slush right in there. And all that's left is to add the topping. I did put it in the fridge for a little bit as I was freezing the other things. So I'm going to add just a little bit of heavy cream to fold back in here to make it back to the consistency that it was. All right, so it's still less runny or something than what they have there, but it's okay. This is our homemade style, so let's go ahead and top it off. All right. It is looking wonderful. All right, and that is how you make frozen butterbeer at home, which it tastes amazing. The cream, like I said, is a little thick, and that's fine. Just use a straw, mix it in a little bit, and it's just like I'm at the park. It's great. All right, well, drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Did you make it? Did it come out good? I know I had to, should be a little bit more patient. I got impatient. Threw in the freezer for that 10-15 minutes, but worked out great. Kept it nice. It's still very much in the slushy form, which is great. You can do it without freezing it and just add the same ingredients in to make the soda type as well. Granted, by mixing it in, it's going to lose its fizz. So you can pour it to the bottom of the cup and then add the soda to get that flavor. The butterscotch, fantastic, especially that homemade recipe that I will add in here for you to be able to make as well. Really helps with that flavoring, makes it sweet. little sweeter than, you know, just cream soda would be, but sweet to the level of what it is in the parks. I thought the caramel was a little too salty, but it actually blends very well within here and actually helps keep that slush consistency going, since it does lower the freeze point as well. So great recipe. I recommend you try it. Let me know, yeah, like I said, your thoughts on it. And I'll see you again soon for some other fun things to do. All right, take care. I'm still drinking it. Just wanted to chime back in. Yeah, no, about halfway's done, and yeah, no, this is definitely hitting the spot for me. As if I was drinking it in the park, and the cream topping actually did get a little bit more liquidy once I start mixing things in there. So I just need to find maybe a little way to make it more runny consistency that they have in the parks when it first goes on there, or maybe I just dollop too much on there. Yeah, but it is, I am loving this. Hope you do too. Let me know if you made any tweaks in the comments, and I can adjust my recipe to do that as well. But hopefully on a nice warm day, this helps cool you down and gives you just that little bit of the park that you can't have while you're not here. But all right, again, cheers. See you real soon.